Find ourselves in strange days, and I've been told that I can't talk about what's brought all these people here tonight. What's brought people from work, from their homes, from their families. So I'll try to talk about something else. We've heard about policy. We haven't heard about accountability. It's been made clear to me and to us that the board has no authority over Anderson County High School staff, but they have authority over the superintendent. This board is accountable to you, to us, the ballot box. So, how did we get here? It comes down to policy. It was almost a year ago to the day that I was right over here in this building imploring this board to speak up against the insidious policy that came from Frankfort, the Department of Education, the Commissioner of Education, and the policy that came from the High School Guidance Counselor Office approved by our superintendent. That policy from Frankfort says if a student voluntarily discloses their sexual orientation or gender identity to an educator with the assumption that the information is to be kept private, it is best practice for the educator to maintain that confidence and keep the information confidential. Do not tell the parents. This guidance argues that a child's chosen identity may place them in physical harm of their parents. The guidance counselor office gets to make that determination of someone who has been in this community all their life, someone that's been in this community with the counselors. They've made that determination. The only option laid out for the counselor's office to divulge that information is if the child is threatening to run away from home. If the child is being coaxed into leaving the home. The same month, September 2022, our high school guidance counselor office distributed guidance, obviously based and influenced on the Frankfort's guidance, to high school staff, and that document instructed staff, if a student voluntarily discloses their sexual orientation or gender identity to an educator with the assumption that the information is to be kept private, it's best practice for the educator to maintain that confidence and keep the information confidential. In cases where the welfare of the student is a concern, please contact someone in the guidance office so that we can make the best course of action. As you recall, this guidance...
I'm sorry, Mr. Manning.
I'm getting there. This guidance led to 2 of our staff members to resign because of their refusal to comply to this policy that was approved by our superintendent. Our superintendent assured me via email, same month, that parents would be made aware if these conversations were being had, because transparency is important. In another email, the Education Professional Standards Board is referenced and cited as the driving policy. So why is this important? Guidance was issued in September 22 by both the department and the counselor's office. That's the same month that unsolicited, inappropriate communication began with an underage student.
Mr. Manning, I'm sorry, you have went over.
Okay. So for 7 months, this occurred without the parents being made aware. So let me charge the board. I know you can't respond, so I'd like to charge the board to make known to us, the voters, you don't have to do it now, when were you made aware of this inappropriate conduct? I think it's important. You represent us. Make known if the board agrees with the superintendent's investigation that staff...
Next up will be Marty Terry.
All right.